All right. So after the race we were supposed to have last week was postponed due to the UEFA Championship final between Real Madrid and Liverpool. That's how it went before for last week, pushing the race off by a week. But we are here in RPL F1 Season 6. We are now in round 17 here in Suzuka. Welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. I am Titan Ironwolf, and 2 weeks ago, our last race was in China. That race last week was won by an unlikely driver, PSR Square, winning the third race for McLaren this season. Scyther wound up finishing P2, and Luke finished P3. In the Drivers' Championship, it is a tight one. The top three separated by 6 points. And literally, the top 5 separated by 16. It is Luke leading the way with 158, PSR Square sitting second with 153, and Flynn sitting in third with 152. In the Constructors' Championship, the Constructors may be decided tonight, as Red Bull currently sitting with a blasting lead, 492 points. McLaren sitting second with 344. Mercedes got some work to do catching up. They're P3 with 266. So, we are here at Suzuka. Very tight and crazy track itself. Known in the real-world F1 history as the season finale for quite a lot of races. And, well, we have plenty of new drivers. We have plenty of some drivers to go over. We have 17 in the field. And let's take a look at them, to say the least. So let's take a look in order. We have Cryptic from Mercedes. Returning back to RPL in the Alfa Romeo is JNT. Polygon, De Chiller are 2 resident Ferrari drivers. We have Aaron Maxwell in the Aston Martin, being dropped from Mercedes because of his poor finishes over the last 2 months. Beatnik in the Alpine. JDM Haters, newcomer last week, involved here tonight as one of the newcomers. UFRL Ninja in the Haas has wrecked. And there he is right there on the map, just out of the hairpin. Owen in the Williams. Redfire in the other Aston Martin. Sam Steed, brand new driver in the other Alfa Romeo. Egg in the other Alpine. Jack and Luke make up the two Red Bulls. Flynn currently in the Luke and Jack are in the Alpha Tauris. Flynn's in the Red Bull. His teammate Square should be showing up in a second. Square in the McLaren. The other McLaren should be showing up shortly. And Bourbon in the other Haas. So, we have 1 Red Bull, one McLaren, and 1 Williams missing. But 2 of them should be coming in during qualifying. TB in a scramble to try to get back home in time. Now, he put out at 8 p.m. UK that he is 43 minutes away. It is 8:08 right now. He's about 35 minutes out, so he should be joining. By the looks of it, he should be joining during the middle of Q3. So TB will make it. But he will be starting at the back of the grid. So only 2 drivers are going to be knocked out of Q1. As Square sets the benchmark to kick it off, and it is a 28.9. A very strong, respectable lap time for the guy that is currently second in the standings. So, in regards to championships, in regards to Constructors' Championships, as times start flowing in, Season 1, it was Ferrari that won Constructors. Seasons 2, 3, and 4 were won by Mercedes. And Season 5, last season, won by Red Bull. And Red Bull seeking to defend their championship, their Constructors' Championship. So, as drivers start flooding in their times here, Jack 30.2, Redfire 30.7, J&T 31.3, same with Owen 31.3 as well, only 7 milliseconds off the Alfa Romeo. Beatnik just puts in a 31. Oh no, Egg puts in a 30.5. Cryptic goes on top now with a 28.8. Jack 30.2 to put himself P3. The slowest right now is Sam 32.3. Like I said, only the top 2 will be eliminated in Q1. We have 1 being knocked out anyways, being UFRL Ninja. So only 1 more is going to join him. I know it's not going to be Luke. He's got a 29.5, so he is definitely good. Well, literally, I would say for literally the guys that are in the top 6, they could easily just go into the pits and just sit peacefully for the remaining 12 minutes of qualifying in Q1, because they are definitely going to be automatically through. I mean, the gap between Redfire and Beatnik is 0.6 of a second, so they're definitely well more than safe. JDM Haters, as we go on board with him now, making his way through the SS for his hot lap. JDM Haters, this is his 2nd event in RPL, and he's already been thrown into the fire, being in Mercedes. He was in Aston Martin last week for one of the drivers not being here. Now he is in the Mercedes. Same reason. One of the drivers is not here. So let's see how Haters will do in the Mercedes car. Sam Steed is coming back in as Maxwell's starting up his first time lap. Now Maxwell was in the Mercedes from the get-go of the season, was dropped 3 rounds ago because of consistently poor finishes, basically from round 8 of France onwards when he was dropped. He spent he spent 7 rounds in trouble. He being wrecked out by others, getting into incidents, all sorts of things. He was trying time and time again and just kept bottling good results. The Square gets back on top of the board, 28.6. Hopefully Scyther should be in very shortly. We can get involved in this. But anyways, Maxwell coming on through, and Haters has wrecked in DuPont. And that's pretty much it. Maxwell for fastest. So the Chiller and Polygod, there's Scyther now. They can get a lap in, no problem. I mean, literally, Scyther, Polygod, the Chiller, Flynn, and Bourbon, they just need to set pretty much trash laps. Because they can just set a completely trash lap, retire, and we can just go straight into Q2. Oh, wait a minute, never mind. There's still one more to be knocked out. My math was slightly off. So Maxwell sets in his time of that, and literally some more drivers are coming in to finish up some laps. And here goes Bourbon. That's a little bouncy in the triangle. Out of the final corner he comes, and across the line, and it is P9 30.9. Oh, Bourbon ahead of both Alfa Romeos and a Williams. Man, Bourbon's doing really good. But now Flynn is just struggling in the S's. Just had that slight snap of understeered. One going out just a little off the track, but it didn't validate, so he's okay right now. Flynn making his way through Spoon. We know the time's not going to be good, so he'll have to go again. Now in a 130R. Here we go. Here goes Flynn. That's through there now. Here he comes, across the line. Yeah, 31.3, so he will do another run to improve that time. It looks like Paulo. Yeah, Paulo's has had a problem. Red Fire has called his Q1 all set. He is sitting in P7, so he is definitely safe to go to Q2. Egg does the same. He is in P5. Look at it, and comparing between Maxwell and Red Fire, by the way, only separated by just about half a second. And And Egg and Beatnik, by the way, 0.8 of a second separate those two. That 0.8. Actually, no, it's 0.7 between Luke and Jack, by the way, P3 and P5. So, Jack, actually, speaking of Jack, he's ended his Q1 timing. There's only 4 minutes to go. So, quite a few to get some times in, and Flynn goes top of the board. 28.4, Scyther 28.7. The Chiller, P10 for the time being. Paul God having to restart his time. And Sam Steed heading to the pits. Paul God's gonna have to restart his time, so at the moment, Sam Steed at risk of being knocked out of Q1. G&T at risk. And J&T is also at risk, so 2 alphas. By the looks of it, at this present time, we're saying goodbye to one of them. Now here goes Paul God. Catching up to the little traffic with the Red Bulls as he comes out of Spoon. Goes. No one has called it. He's P13, so he should be safe enough to get into Q2. Maxo Cryptic, they're all set. And here comes Paulo across the line and on a medium set of tires. 30.2 puts him P8. Ironically, the Ferraris, we're looking at that right. Yeah, Ferraris. Well, the Ferraris and both AlphaTauris set their fastest laps on the medium compound tire. Does that mean that there's going to be rain coming in? Is there going to be rain coming soon in later on in qualifying? To find out. Anyway, so not much left in terms of Q1 quali. Only 50 seconds left to go. J&T is not going to have enough time to get a lap. And Paul God has wrapped it. But Square, Scyther, Luke, and Sam are on the track to set their last official laps. Now Sam is the one we need. Sam's one we might need to keep an eye on as he is at risk of being knocked out. Scyther up by 1/10 of a second. Sam up by almost 4/10 of a second. So G&T, unless Sam really screws up in sectors 2 and 3, looks like you're going to be going home in Q1. That's Square, by the way. And Luke just made it in time. Now here comes Scyther. Now to finish up sector 2. Up by 4/10. He's got the fastest sector 2. Here comes J&T. Still 4/10 up, so he should be able to knock J&T out of Q1. Here comes Scyther across the line, and he puts it at the top, 28-2. Here comes Sam across the line, and he gets P14 30.9. He is through. J&T knocked out of Q1. So J&T knocked out Haters as well, and UFRL Ninja also out, and Square invalidated his time, and had he not invalidated, he would have been P2. So Luke, last to finish cross, and he is through P5. So Red Bull 1-2 after Q1. Who will come from Q2 to Q3? We'll find out right after this. Oh, I just disappeared for a minute, and Sam Steed is already elected to start 15th. Well, so we already have one gone in queue. Ooh, oh, Lord. What a save by Scyther there. Wow. Jeez, Scyther kid, you're not scared the living daylights out of me when you start to come out of the pits, man. Just get that really loose feeling. I thought he was gonna wreck. That would have been awful there. But anyway, so 14 left in Q2. Sam Steed has just called it quits for reasons unknown. So Sam Steed is out. Only 4 more to join him. God, about to start his first lap. Now that we all know, if you've been watching our streams live on Twitch or be catching our replays on our YouTube channel, which, by the way, we do, for those that want to watch our races on YouTube, when you go into YouTube, just type in RPL XB1, and it'll take you to our channel where you can watch past races and watch the replays of your favorite drivers. In a way, it's like in real life F1. If you're a Sky Glass or Sky Q customer, hit the red button and catch all the highlights. And Paulo spins out and Spoon. And well, that means I know Paulo. His tires are probably flat spotted from that spin. Probably caught the inner. Probably caught the inside of the curb and just spun out. Well, even though with that spin, Paulo is going to set the benchmark fastest time. It is going to be in the 38s. 38.3. Fastest lap of Q2 so far to start. But still, Q2, we already had 2 saves. We had Scyther get really loose in turn 1. He got very loose in the first turn. And then Paulo spins it in Spoon. Now these tires are coming down. Redfire 30.8, Maxwell 30.2, Egg 29.3. Looks like Scyther 29.3, Square 29.0, and Polo invalidated, so he's gonna have to try again. And the Chiller did the same thing, invalidated as well. Now, looks like Beatnik and I think Luke are going to be finishing their laps next. There comes Beatnik now across the line. It is a 30.7 plus a rain between the 2 Aston Martins. More and more sets of times, and Cryptic takes the top of the board, almost 29 flat. Boy, a couple people yet to set some laps. The Chiller, Owen, Luke, Flynn, and Bourbon, you have to set some laps. But Bourbon currently currently won to set some laps. Now the crazy thing with Bourbon, as he just has a nice save. Yeah, another nice save, by the way. Now, Bourbon, I just want to mention. Bourbon is currently 7th in the standings with 113 points. But he has 3 wins already to his credit. Those 3, it was Austria racing for Red Bull, Hungary racing for Mercedes, and Zandvoort racing for Red Bull. Looks like Bourbon's gonna have to wait. Is gonna have to try again a bit later. So Owen's setting his lap. Flynn currently coming out of Spoon. As we go on board with Flynn, just checking out that speedometer here, as he is getting right around 185 miles an hour in 130R. Literally the fastest corner ever taken in F1. There he comes, across the line, 28.6. Flynn has pole for Q2 right now. And Owen, oh, he lost a wing somewhere. Chill is yet to set a lap so far in this event. Paul God looking to improve his time after having a spin and Spoon, but now it's looking a heck of a lot better now. Currently at the moment he's looking into the 30s, could get into the 29s. As he comes out of the final corner, pushes the pressure on. A 29.3 puts him 7 milliseconds off of Scyther's time in P5. Paulo, who is going to be in Ferrari next season, is really showing his stride. Yeah, here comes the Chiller now. Across the line he comes. And it is a 29.5, 2/10 off his teammate. We can check out that nice helmet cam. Check out that nice little helmet, showing out that helmet for him. As Flynn has called it. Bourbon on track now. So currently at this present time, as Jack is resetting off for a new lap. Right now, currently at this present time, the bottom 4 to join Sam Steed is Bourbon, both AlphaTauris, and Owen. But there are a lot at risk. By the looks of it, Red Fire, Maxwell, and maybe Beatnik could be at risk. So, let's see what can be done. Here it comes. As we go back to Jack here as he comes across the line. And on a soft tire run, 29.3 puts him P5. Matt Knox, Red Fire out of the top 10. Now, currently under the F1 2021 game, currently the best grid position a Haas has done most recently was Zakaria in Monaco, putting it P12. So Bourbon has a good opportunity to possibly tie or break that. Now, in regards to Haas in general, ever since RPL's existence, Luke has set the best qualifying grid position for a Haas, P5, on 4 separate occasions in Season 1 and Season 2. So, here is Bourbon getting a little help from Jack. It's that little slipstream. And Jack bails off to the grass. Gives Bourbon just that little help. And here he comes across the line. What will it be? It is a 30.5. That puts him P11 right now. So Bourbon had a chance to break the record. So Owen. Well, unless Luke, obviously Luke will answer. Redfire could answer. And Owen should answer in time. They'll have a chance to do it. There's only like 20-some seconds left to go in Q2, 15 seconds. And some of these guys ain't gonna make it. Redfire's gonna make it in time with 5 seconds to go. So Beatnik and Egg are not going to make it in time. Owen, 30.8. He is P13 and out of Q2. Now, the question is, what will happen with the rest of these guys? As we know, some of these guys are gonna be at risk of being knocked out of Q2 here. Bourbon, unfortunately, is going to be one to be knocked out. Owen isn't knocked out. Luke has a chance to knock Maxwell out of Q2. Here comes Luke now. It comes across the line, and it is P4, 29.2. So he makes it, and Maxwell puts a P9, knocking Beatnik out. Now Redfire, can he beat 29.8 to knock Egg out? Let's see what he's got. Here comes Redfire across the line, and he just makes it. Egg has just been knocked out by Redfire by just 1/10 of a second. So both Aston Martins make it through. And look at the tire setup for the top 10. Flynn, Cryptic, Square, and Scyther all on mediums. The remainder on softs. And look who's knocked out. Egg, Beatnik, Bourbon, Owen. Those guys are out of Q2. Who will get pulled from Q3? We'll find out right after this. Alright, so here we are for Q3. And we have some new information. Apparently, trouble in Alpine. Egg would have had a good chance to make it in time for a final lap. Was only hindered by his teammate. So that is very unfortunate. So Square is back. Wait, is he really? Wait a minute. Wait a second. Yeah. Well, that's gonna cause some safety concerns. Scyther is on track. He doesn't have his helmet on. Scyther doesn't have his helmet on. That's the funniest person glitch I've ever seen in my life. That's funny. So Scyther just going around the track without a helmet on. Probably doesn't have any of the neck support stuff on him either. Jeez, this guy's just maddening. That is just hilarious. Scyther has no helmet. Wow. Well, that's an RPL first. A driver racing on a track with no helmet on. Anyway, as we just get their laps in. Luke sets the fastest, 29.1. Maxwell 29.5. Here comes Cryptic with a 28.1. And Scyther had the bail. I think must have made a mistake and he decided to bail. And he's going to be trying again for another lap. That's just fun. That's just funny as hell. Wow. Anyway, so Flynn has to restart his. I think he made a mistake. So did Scyther. So they're redoing their laps. The Chiller 30.3. So we'll just see what happens there. So TB is here. He just made it in time. Zakaria joined right at the end of Q2. So those two will fill in their second McLaren and second Williams spots. But hopefully they are in their proper seats. It'll be bad if they load to the race and Zakaria's in the McLaren and TB stuck in the Williams. So, let's see. So, Flynn. Let's see. Well, it's really tight between Square and Cryptic. 28-1 to 28-2. That's really tight between those guys. Oh, God. Has yet to get a lap set. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, he's going to have to redo his lap anyway. So he's coming in. Get a new set of softs to start that new time. So Scyther currently a 10th up. Sector 1. Looks like he's going to be meeting somebody. There's Flynn, his teammate. Same P3. This is where he slowed beforehand. Scyther. Looks like we might see a time in the 27s. No. 28.5. He is 2/10 off his teammate and 4/10 off the leader, which is Cryptic. One second. Alright, so once qualifying is over, we will have a restart to qualifying. Because with Zakaria and TB joining, they are going to be in the wrong vehicles. So they are going to be... So we will have a restart. So... because of how they joined, Zakaria will be in the other McLaren, and TB will be in the Williams. Just give me 2 seconds. Alright, so that's all set. So I sent that up. So it looks like Cryptic. Yeah, Cryptic has actually gone faster. So Cryptic possibly looking for pole position. So Red Fire has gone off track in the S's. And only a minute to go in qualifying. Question is, can these guys get back? Can these guys on their outlaps get to the finish line in time? know the Chiller made it, but what about Red, Square, Scyther, and Luke? Can they make it? Looks like Cryptic is gonna attempt one last... Is he gonna attempt one last lap? No, he's not. So... Someone made it. Let's see what's gonna happen. So... Can Cryptic hang on to that position? There goes Paulo. And he is P9, 29.2. Question is, can he go faster? But qualifying is over. And unfortunately... And Maxwell, he makes it. But unfortunately, he is stuck P8. The Chiller. 7/10 up in Sector 1. Going fast. Looks like he's going to be going faster. Here he comes to the end of Sector 2. 8/10 up. So, looks like he should maybe pass his teammate. By the looks of it, oh God. Crashing Dunlop. There comes the Chiller now across the line. And he just misses his teammate by 0.08 of a second. He's P8. Now next, Maxwell to P9. Next is Flynn. Can he answer Cryptic? Gets a tiny bit loose over there. And he is ahead, 27.6. Now what about Scyther? Red fire there. And Scyther, P3. It's the end. That's it. That is it. Flynn has taken pole. And Square is P4. And Alpha Tauri P5 and 6. And that is it for quali. So Flynn, pole position. Very good for him. And now my memory is correct. Only 4 drivers, being Scyther, what the? So there is the grid there. So here we go. So once we load up, Luke is going to get the grid, and that's also where we're going to find out who is going to be which of the top 10 are starting on the medium tires. Now we know it's 4. Scyther was one of them, that we know. Cryptic was the second one. So, yeah. All right. So, now this is technically not the race. We're just gonna start up so Luke can get the grid, so we know who is what, who is where, and we'll have it all solved and set. So there it is. Here's your top 4. As you can see, your top 4: Flynn, Cryptic, Scyther, Square. They are the ones on the medium tires. So bear with us for just a couple minutes. We're going to be restarting, and we'll with the new lobby and everything. So bear with us. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, looks like we are going. We're ready to start it up for this race. So, remember the rule. Don't ready up before Luke or you get a 10-second penalty. And for the top 10, Flynn, Square, Scyther, Cryptic, they have to start on the mediums, while the two Alpha Tauris, Luke and Jack, the two Aston Martins of Maxwell and Red Fire, and the Ferraris of the Chiller and Paulo must stop. Will be DQ'd. Not DQ'd. Will be on the sauce. So, but if you are going to be DQ'd, if you start on the wrong tire. So for the top 10, 5th through 10th, starting on sauce. 1st through 4th, starting on mediums. If you don't, you could be disqualified. But if you couldn't, so let's see what happens. So, as we're waiting for people, I think the lobby is now broken. Wow. See what happens as the lobby's broken. Oh, never mind. They're off again. Alright, so let's take a look. And yeah, everyone is good. So, let us go through the grid for today's race. So Flynn is starting off on pole, and it is going to be Cryptic alongside him for the front row. Then we have Scyther in P3, and he's got Square alongside him to round up the row 2. It is an all Alpha Tauri row 3 with Luke and Jack. Then it is an all Ferrari row 4 with Paulo and Chiller. And I'm going to repeat myself a couple more times. An all Aston Martin row 5 with Maxwell and Red Fire. Then an all Alpine row 6 with Egg and Beatnik. Bourbon and Owen make up row 7. Then it is an Alfa Romeo row 8 with Sam Steed and JNT. Haters crashed out early in Q1. Starts 17th, and he's got Ninja. Also crashed out early in Q1. Those two make up row 9. And in the back row, the rear grid, Zakaria in Williams and TB in dead last. So in terms of tire compound, Flynn, Cryptic, Scyther, Square, Bourbon, and Zakaria on the medium tires. Haters and TB taking a gamble, going onto the hard compound tire. Everyone else is on the softs. 27 laps is the event. No doubt we are going to have at least one safety car, perhaps possibly two, in this race. But, like I said earlier in the broadcast, we have the chance of constructors ending tonight. Can Red Bull seal the deal and get a second Constructors Championship in RPL F1? But Flynn lining up in a position to get into his grid spot, which crazily will change come next game. So this should be good. So as the cars get themselves into position, TB last to line up into position, and we will be ready to go for RPL F1. And here we go, the 5 lights come on to start the Japanese Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go. Flynn gets a really good jump off the start, and it's a side squeeze up, and we have an immediate wreck of Ninja. Wrecked immediately out of the start, and hopefully, whatever's on the safety car, probably not, but Ninja's first career race in RPL has ended within only a couple hundred meters. Within only 100 meters. But Flynn gets a nice little jump on Cryptic, who's staying where he is. Square lost a couple positions. He's down in the P6 already. And Seidler already up in is still in P3. And the AlphaTauri's up into P4 and 5. Looks like Square did have a poor start in the beginning. Probably got a bit too much wheel spin as he's being challenged by the Chiller in the Ferrari. Just slightly further back, it is just a little hodgepodge between the two Aston Martins and the last Ferrari of Polygon. Polygon, by the way, started up at P7. He's fallen all the way down to P10. So Polygon and Square both had poor starts, and Scyther, having a little issue with himself, falls to P4 to let Luke through. I think this is only temporarily. It's Luke. Well, actually, no. Luke is on the softer tire, so he has better grip already. While the medium tire guys are just trying to get heat built up into their tires. But anyways, as they completed lap number 1, it is as Scyther challenging his teammate Jack sees to follow suit, but no, he does not. But anyways, so top 10 right now. It is. Oh, never mind. Here comes Jack being challenged by Square. And Square loses out, and the Chiller fancy to go, but decide not to. After that little crazy turn of events, top 10 it is Flynn, Cryptic, Scyther, Luke, Jack, Square, the Chiller, Maxwell, Redfire, and Paula. So quite a few have fallen off and everything, but Owen, by the way, actually just came into the pits early. I'm assuming he must have had an incident already. So that was not good. So Ninja already gone. Just got too much, I think too much wheel spin coming out of where he was. And literally his first race ended after just 150 meters. So, unfortunate there. I think it would be just too quick to assume that UFRL Ninja just basically was a Nikita Mazepin of that RPL race. Anyways, DRS now enabled as we're on board with Redfire. As you can see, his teammate Maxwell just ahead of him. Redfire doing decently okay, sitting right now in P9. And literally, some of these guys, as these once the pit stops comes through, for the medium tire guys, they're going to be doing it is a one stop. It is soft to medium, the predicted strategy. But for the hard tire guys, they will be going from hard and lasting all the way until they decide for soft tires. With the medium tire guys, they're going to do the same thing, medium to soft. That's probably going to be what it'll be, to say the least. But Flynn, by the way, is having a 1.4 second lead over Cryptic. And currently at this moment, Flynn is on point. Flynn should be on point to taking the championship lead from Luke and Square. Maybe on that point to be safe. Anyways, TB, by the way, I just want to note here, TB is in the DRS train with Haters and Beatnik. Now, TB just started dead last, by the way, joining wicked late during the middle of Q3, and TB is up into P14. So TB is up in the P14, starting dead last, and looks like Scyther might see a challenge to attack Cryptic for P2. Meanwhile, further back, Bourbon and Sam Steed battling. That's for P15, and Polo, we're not even 3 laps done, and Polo has joined the 3-second penalty club. Looks like we're gonna have a little battle further back. This is for P12, by the way. JDM Haters started P17. He's up into P13, having to deal with the Alpine of Beatnik, and ahead of Beatnik is his teammate Egg. But now they're going to be entering the DRS, but we have a massively long DRS train. It starts all the way at P5 with Jack, and it ends basically at TB. The Square, by the way, took advantage, and he's up into P5 now. The Square, P2 in the standings, is going to be falling to P3 in the standings at this point in time. Now, Bourbon and Sam Steed are still fighting for P15, by the way. But now let's get back to this little mini train right here between Beatnik, TB, and Haters. Now TB and Haters, these two started on the hard compound tire. Beatnik on the soft compound tire. As here comes Haters down the inside, very ambitious little dive bomb, and that shook Beatnik off just a little bit. Beatnik goes down to P13. That was a very ambitious, little aggressive dive bomb there by Haters, but successfully done as TB doing the same in Spoon. Beatnik forced to go just a little wide and loses the place to TB. Meanwhile, now we are on board with Polygon, by the way. He is right in the tail of Redfire for 9th place right now. That's about for P9 right now, but remember, Polo already is in the 3-second penalty club for multiple warnings as Maxwell, just a bit ahead, just got really loose in the final corner, saves it. I mean, literally, that was almost identical to Scyther's snap of understeer in turn 1. And Scyther saved that too. So Maxwell keeps it safe and cold and calm. And he is up into, he's still in P8. But probably had a little scare, to say the least. But now Flynn, by the way, Flynn is just running away with the lead right now. 3.4 seconds ahead of Cryptic. And that gap, in some areas, it's gaining, while in others, it just remains pretty stagnant. And Scyther, though, as we can catch off to this helicopter shot of Scyther, who's sitting in P3 right now, is after Cryptic for that P2 spot. Now, Cryptic, by the way, was in the Aston Martin for a good chunk of the season. Now in Mercedes, and Cryptic, by the way, so far into his credit, he's had quite a few podiums, and he's had one win to his credit. And that was after a crazy controversial finish in Belgium, where Flynn crossed the line first, got a 5-second penalty for dangerous driving, giving Cryptic the win in Belgium. So a minor bit of history there, but now, just further back, Egg seems to have a little company sniffing on his tail. And he's got haters with him, and he's got TB in tow. Now, Egg, known off track as for some. Now this is just some claims off of some. Some people claim that in the RPL chats, in the league chats, Egg is one of the meanest and harshest individuals in the server. But maybe, we don't know. I mean, it's possible those claims could be over-exaggerated. But Egg, now when it comes to Egg in racing, he will race you hard, and he'll race as clean as possible. But he will be hard, but he'll make his car look really wide and very hard to overtake. And Haters is going to be introduced to that, as he is right up on Egg's back end as they head out of the front corner to get DRS. But Haters, he'll get it. So will Egg, courtesy of Polygon. But that midfield is definitely going to be a spot to watch out for. So we're only 7 laps in at 27, 21 laps to go here in Suzuka, and it is Flynn 3.8 seconds clear of Cryptic, and Cryptic has almost a second gap to Scyther, and they have a nice comfortable lead over Luke sitting P4, 4.5 seconds behind Scyther. But this focus is right towards the final couple of points, as Haters dives it down the inside. A little ambitious with that braking. Just had P11 temporarily, but Egg, with a crossover, gets it back. Just keeping it calm and getting into the head of Haters to trick them into making a mistake. And that was one minor little mistake as they make a pass in the 130R. Oh, you don't see that every day. And beating it, and TB and Haters battling it out. I think Haters tried for an ambitious assault in 130R. You do not see that kind of attack. And Haters, I think, had second thoughts and changed his mind. But now he's battling with TB in the first turn, and Polo, first of the soft tire guys to come in. Now Now Polo, he was in P10 when he decided to pit. Now he's coming out with mediums, and he's all the way in P18. The only car slower than him is currently Owen, as Polo is going through the Dunlop curve. Owen is in the middle of the Casio triangle. As you can look here at the gaps of the leaders here, and Egg is spun. Looks like Egg has spun out in the spoon corner, and that will lose him. That will lose him 4 spots. Unfortunately, Egg falls down to P13. Very unfortunate. I'm not sure. I don't think he had help. Because I think Haters and TB were just there as Cryptic just joins the 3-second penalty club, and here comes Red Fire into the pits. Same with Egg. Looks like Red Fire is probably going to cover off Paulo. So Aston Martin starting to react to one of to Aston Martin responding, and unfortunately, just barely Red Fire gets ahead. So Red Fire just barely gets ahead. So Red Fire, successful undercut on Polo. But the question is, how long will that last? So now with that undercut not happening, what will happen next? And well, definitely did not go good because Polo has spun and crashed. He has no wing. And that is not good. Polo, I think his day is going to be done. Unless a safety car comes out later on to save it. But Flynn leading comfortably, 4.5 second lead over Cryptic. Scyther is P2 at this present time because of that penalty. And actually Luke and Maxwell have come in. So Alpha Tauri and the other Aston Martin have come in for their stop to go to the medium tires for both of them. Now the question is, how will the Chiller respond? Will the Chiller respond to that? Now the Alfa Romeo has come in. That's J&T coming in now. So J&T coming in to get his stop in. Polo coming in for a second stop. He's just coming out of the Casio Triangle now. And very unfortunate for Polo. Something just went totally awry. And now Polo is looking in to go into dead last right now, P19. Meanwhile, the Chiller, by the way, his teammate, is being hounded by Haters, by the way, successfully got clear TB. I'm guessing that was on the main straight, I think. The Chiller might be coming in very shortly to cover off Maxwell. There he goes again. JD Haters decided to attack him at 3R, and he has successfully done it. And Polo has wrecked in turn 1, and that brings a safety car. And Jack takes advantage of it, goes to pit, and so does Haters. He comes in for mediums. No, soft tires. So TB in for mediums, the Chiller medium, Beatnik medium. Bourbon and Zakaria have come in now. So quite a few of these guys have come in to take advantage of that incident. And Jack, by the way, didn't lose much of anything. He only lost 1 position to Luke because of that safety car. So Flynn, his 4-second lead over Cryptic is now gone. So, let's see what happens now. I mean, when these guys do come in, let's see what Flynn will do. As he does come in. gonna be a slight double stack for the Red Bull boys. And it is soft tires. It is soft tires for Flynn, soft tires for Cryptic, hard compound tires for Scyther, and same with Square, hard compound tires. And these four are going to come out as they are. And Square, by the way, had a wing change. And Luke will get the jump on Square. So will Jack. So Alpha Tauri, slightly successful, get the jump on Square, but bear in mind, Square did have to pit. When he pitted, he did get the wing change. So he had to spend a few more seconds in the pits. Well, let's go over our top 10 now, as everyone's files into place. So Flynn is the leader. Cryptic temporarily second, but has that 3-second penalty. Scyther is third, Luke 4, Jack in 5th, Square 6, Haters in 7, TB 8, The Chiller 9, and Maxwell rounds out the top 10. And the rest of the field, it is Red Fire, Egg, Beatnik, J&T, Sam Steed, Bourbon, Zakaria, and Owen. And we've had only 2 DNFs. The first DNF, which caused the safety car for Paul God crashing in turn 1, and Ninja, 100 meters, the race distance for him, and he crashed. And Scyther bugged out of the session, and TB overtook Haters, but Haters took the place back. Oh, Paul got really hating the track. Yeah, really hating it. And actually, Red Fire's back in. Oh, he's changing it up, going to Sauce. But that's going to cost him some time. He'll come out probably P16. So let's see what happens. While they're in for the safety car, I'll be right back. Alright, so safety car should be coming in momentarily. And so far, when we do go back to green, we'll be entering lap 15 of 27. So there's only going to be 12 laps left of this race. Well, yeah, actually, no, roughly 13. Yeah, 12, 13 laps. Looking right around there. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, safety car coming in. Flynn and Cryptic leading the charge. They're on the soft tires, so they're going to have a really strong getaway. The AlphaTauri should have a better getaway than Scyther does. The Scyther is on the really hard compound tires, to say the least. But Scyther, after like a lap or two, he'll get it into temperature and be ready for them. And Flynn bolts off. Cryptic responds all right, but Luke gets a really nice restart. And so Square actually does even better. He's side by side with Jack. Ooh, gets a little hung up on the curb. They're bumping and banging in the turn number 2 as they make their way through. And Square, I think those horns really came into tune for Square. He's up in the P5 now. So Square, those hard compound tires must have woken really early for him. I think we're just gonna assume. I think Square, maybe those hard tires, he injected some espresso into them to make him get going like that. But anyways, Haters down the inside of Jack in the hairpin, and Haters successful. Haters up in the P6. Nope, like I said, those soft tires, they're waking up. They are really waking up. Meanwhile, Cryptic is all over the back of Flynn in Spoon, and Flynn gets a little breakaway. There goes Flynn now. As they get there, it looks like we're going to see a battle in the 130R. And Flynn gets a little high in the first corner, keeps together, stays ahead. That angle is just terrible. That angle was just terrible. And I thought Cryptic was going to get the lead from Flynn. These two have a history together. Literally, these two have had a history together. They brawled to the very end in Belgium, and we're seeing a repeat of this. I mean, literally, these two have been firing it up together, and oh, Beatnik has wrecked, and we have a VSC, and Egg has wrecked too. Egg with no wing, J&T, I think has damage, and Beatnik gone. And no, that VSC is now turned into a safety car. So it looks like the two Alpines must have come together because Beatnik is out of the event. Now this will change things up, because now with another safety car, the guys on the medium tires, in the medium and harder compound tires, they'll say, you know what? I'll come in and get some sauce. That's what I think is what's going to happen. Yeah, well, Flynn's come in. I think Flynn has decided to do something. Yeah, he's going to medium. He's going to sauce. A new set of soft tires. And he was the only one in the top 10 to do it. He was the only one in the top 10 to take that chance. But the others are staying in it. And, and Egg gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. But Owen got a 5-second penalty for severe collision. So I'm thinking Egg braked so he can get into the pit limit thing. and Owens just smacked into him. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened. But anyway, so Cryptic takes the lead now. He's got Scyther behind in P2. Luke sitting in P3. Squares P4. Haters P5. Jack P6. TB P7. Now, just think about this. TB P7. He started dead freaking last at the start of this race. Haters, by the way, started P17. He's up in the 12th. He's up in the 5th. Literally, JDM Haters and TB have 12 and 13 places gained respectively. And there's still only a few. And by the time they go green, we're gonna be on lap 19 of this race. Now, here's the thing also. Flynn's got some work to do. He's got 10 guys to clear. He's got 10 guys to clear in basically 8 laps. Let's find out what happened with Let's find out what happened with Beatnik. I'd love to know what happened. Let's find out what's happened here. Alright, let's see if he includes his audio. We have Beatnik here in the party chat. Beatnik, you can hear it, right? There we go. Alright, so you were right around in the top 10 prior to the safety car occurring. What happened? So your teammate spun out in the Dunlop curve. You had nowhere to go. That's wicked unfortunate. But you like I said, you and Egg were right around in the top 10, probably looking for Alpine double points finish, but now because of that incident, that's gone awry. Fair enough. Actually, let's see. Didn't hit the box to say include your audio. Well, I guess the thing hates you. Or something. Yeah, I'm looking at Twitch. It says it. Probably shut off. Let's see if that worked. Saw that Stupid thing won't let it accept it, but oh. Yep. Alright, so it looks like we have some issues. Apparently the include my audio for this is not working again. But anyways, apparently what happened with Beatnik was that apparently Egg spun out in front of him, and he thought the game would ghost him, but it didn't work. So that's why Egg got the damage and Beatnik was DNF. But anyway, safety car is in. Cryptic in control of the field. Now he does have to get a blistering restart because he has to get a 3-second gap clear of Scyther and Luke. And off he goes. And off he goes. He does get a really nice restart. And, ooh, a little wide in turn 1. And Luke will inherit second place. Oh no, gets a little loose into the grass. Luke falls down to 4th. And Red falls to the pits and he's out. So day ends for one of the Aston Martins now. So here we go, and JDM battling here. We got Jack battling with TB for P6. TB gets clear. Flynn cleared 2 drivers, gets clear of Maxwell and Zakaria to get up into P9 now. Now has to deal with the Chiller, currently in P8. And the Chiller, the only guy left for Ferrari in the points after his teammate crashed out. But now here comes Flynn on the inside, gets cleared to Chiller up into P8 now. But now Scyther is starting to lose tail on Cryptic. 1.4 seconds, and that lead is growing. Cryptic needs to get another 1.6 seconds clear in order to keep that win. Flynn clearing Jack for P7. And Jack willingly let him through. Sam Steed is just wrecked, and we have a spin from JDM haters and a safety car. Another safety car now, because of Sam Steed wrecking out of the first corner, and JDM has spun in the S's. Give me 2 seconds, please. I think that should fix it, hopefully. Hopefully, once we get the guys in, for the interview, we should be able to get it all set and done here. But anyway, so safety car deployed. That is something Cryptic did not really want. And actually, Square does have a 3-second penalty now, I believe. Yes, he does. Now this incident is going to help Flynn out though, because Flynn is currently P6 right now. He's just got a few more cars to get clear of to get the lead. Well, now we will have to do another restart. Hopefully if it's quick enough, we should be a 3-lap dash to the end. Cryptic is going to have to get at least 3 seconds clear of Scyther in order to keep that win. It'll be Cryptic's second win of the event of the season if he's able to do it. Now, so our new order now selects that Cryptic is leading, Scyther P2, Square P3, Lucas P4, TB P5, Flynn P6, Jack P7, DeChiller P8, Maxwell P9, Bourbon, by the way, P10. Bourbon P10, by the way. Just hanging on to the last point position. Now, Zakaria currently P11, Haters P12, J&T was P13, and Egg is actually passing multiple cars. Alright, so Egg passed 2 cars on the safety car, told the return position, and he has done so. So we should be going back to green very shortly. Hopefully. Safety car should be coming in this time. It's going to be a 3-lap dash to the end. And no, it'll be a 2-lap dash because Owen is 20 yards behind, is 2 miles behind the rest of the field. Oh no, safety car's coming in now! Safety car coming in right now, and Scyther up to his games like he did in F2, but changes his mind. And Cryptic gone, and Square takes advantage of Scyther's change of motive, and Square up to P2. So it is a 3-lap scramble to the end of the race. Cryptic on the soft tires, Square and Scyther on hards. Flynn up to P5, now could go to P4 because Luke will move over to let him through. Or is Luke going to say no? I'm going to say hey because I'm the championship leader. And Flynn gets a little drifty before the bridge, and Flynn dives it down the inside, and he gets P5. TB almost went with him. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting, because Cryptic is currently 1.3 seconds clear of Scyther and 2 seconds clear of Flynn. So Cryptic is going to have to pull out a magnitude amount of laps to get 3 seconds clear of Scyther and Flynn. Because currently, at this present moment, Scyther looking to get P1, Flynn looking for P2, and Luke, I think, should be able to get P3. I mean, literally, this is going to come down to the freaking wire between these guys. Let's see what will happen here as Cryptic is now 1 second clear of Scyther, only 1.5 over Flynn. Flynn is gaining. And currently, Cryptic is just clear of Luke, so Cryptic should keep P3. Square, though, may not be so safe. He'll fall to P5 at this present moment. Yeah, 1.9, 2. Yeah, Cryptic is now clear. Cryptic is now clear of Luke, so he will keep P3. But currently, Scyther, currently Square is 2.4 seconds clear of. Is currently 2.4 seconds clear of Luke, so currently Square at risk of losing P4. But anyways, we have now entered the last lap of the event, and it is going to be a freaking barnstormer. It's going to be, who knows who it will be. Will it be Scyther? Will it be Flynn? But currently those two are on track for a win. Let's see, Flynn, I believe, is looking for his fourth win of his fifth win in RPL F1. Scyther, I believe, is looking for his third. I mean, literally, this is going to be really action-packed, and we don't even know what is going to happen here. And, oh no! Flynn is wrecked! Flynn wrecked! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Flynn has crashed! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That is not good! Oh my god! Oh no! Flynn just bottled the chance for P2! Oh man! Well, he comes out of the final corner. Cryptic will cross the line P1, but Scyther wins in Japan! Oh my god! So, Scyther will win. Cryptic P2, Luke P3, and Square P4. TB P5, Haters P6, Jack P7, Chiller P8, Maxwell P9, and Bourbon, by the way, P10! What a crazy event there! And Haters just gets a 20-second penalty for no reason at the end of the event, but he is P8, so Haters P8. Nice job. Oh my god. Oh my god. So because of Flynn's crash, I think the Constructors is gonna have to wait another week. For Red Bull. Wow. So, fingers crossed this will work. Hopefully it'll work. Let's get Cryptic let's get Cryptic and Scyther into the party here. Hopefully Cryptic has this thing active, but TB driver today, no doubt, yeah, he deserves it. Going from P20 to P5. What a crazy thing there. So there it is there. Now, as you can see on the thing there, Cryptic is on top, Square P3, Luke P2, but that is glitched. Cryptic is P2, because if we had the timing glitch courtesy of Scyther for no apparent reason, to say the least. Let's see if... hey, Cryptic, in the party thing, does the little box that says, include my audio in there, does it show up for you? For God's sake. Well, I guess there isn't going to be post-race interview then. That could work. See if that'll work. Alright, let's try it off here. There it is. Alright, let's see if this works. Alright, do a test thing so we can hear the thing for you.
Hello?
Hopefully it works on the thing.
Test.
Okay, it works. So Cryptic, P2 to finish off it, and you've been pretty consistent, pretty much in the top 3 pretty much the whole race.
Yeah, of course the penalty was a bit of a struggle, but luckily in the last couple laps I was able to overcome that. I could have actually maybe won the race if it weren't not for the last safety car. And one lap, I pulled off a 1.5 second gap to Scyther, so that last safety car really screwed it up, because at that point I still had better tires on the soft, better tire wear. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But this race might go down to the stewards if Scyther gets proven guilty of coming side by side with me consistently on the safety car.
Well, he did play that game with you in F2 earlier, and it looked like on our end, it looked like he attempted to try it again.
Yep, he did. That's why I will send it into the stewards, but yeah, let's just see what will happen.
Now, with the second safety car, Flynn went off to the pits early to get off of the tires he was on for Sauce, falling back to where he was in P11. As he was catching up, by the time the third safety car came up, were you worried that he was going to catch up and try to take the win from you?
If it weren't not for the last safety car, no, I wouldn't be worried, because TB was over 3 seconds behind me, and he was I think there was a car between him and TB at the time. So 3 seconds, and I'm still in the front of the car, and TB slowing down. I don't think he would have caught up. And yeah, in terms of that pit stop, we were actually all in the same party, and we kind of juked him into boxing. So that worked out well for us.
So you played the mental game on him, and he wound up falling for it. But in a way, it almost looked like it came close to backfiring.
Yeah, it did. Fair play to him. He's the fastest driver. He was the fastest driver today. Unfortunate that he DNF'd. I don't really know what happened. I'll have to look at it back. But yeah, he had the pace today to win the race.
All right. So we'll wrap that up with you, and congrats to you for P2, and we'll see what magic you can do next week in Austin.
We'll see. Thank you.
All right. Yep. All right. Let's try to get let's see if we can get Scyther into a call to get in touch with him with the race. Let's see if we can get him in. See if we can get Scyther on in. See if Scyther wants to take part. Because apparently, I guess the thing doesn't work. Apparently, the include my audio doesn't want to work. I guess he doesn't want to take part. Alright, well, so that's going to wrap up the stream here for tonight, and next week the racing action will be up and around again, and here's what we got. So next week, F1 Tier 2 Friday will be racing round 9 in Austria. Equal will be in Mexico City this coming Wednesday. F2 next week is going to be at Singapore. Basically, Jackland. That's what we ought to call it, Jackland. And F1 next week will be in Austin. So from RPL Streams, it's time 9. We'll say good night. Have a good one.